Welcome to the 10 Minutes Gold Mine, where every book gives you a treasure of knowledge in just 10 minutes. 10% Happier, Dan Harris. Introduction. In 10% Happier, Dan Harris, the co-anchor of ABC's Nightline, shares his journey of transformation from a high-strung, stressed-out news anchor to someone who actively practices mindfulness and meditation. Harris initially thought meditation was only for spiritual people, hippies, or those seeking enlightenment. However, after a life-changing panic attack on live TV, he turned to meditation to help manage the anxiety that came with his high-pressure career. In this book, Harris brings humor, wit, and authenticity to a subject that many people, especially those skeptical of self-help or wellness trends, may otherwise dismiss. Through his story, he reveals how meditation isn't about instant enlightenment, but about incremental change, improving mental clarity, and offering practical tools for dealing with the stresses of modern life. Harris not only offers his personal journey but also dives into scientific research, debunking common misconceptions about meditation and helping readers understand how they can apply mindfulness practices to their own hectic lives. Part 1. The Unlikely Journey. Harris' journey into the world of meditation wasn't anything close to what you might expect from a traditional meditation advocate. He was a fast-paced type of personality, with a high-stress job in the news industry. Harris was skeptical about the very idea of meditation and saw it as a frivolous activity, not for someone with his demanding schedule. This all changed after an on-air panic attack. During a live broadcast, he had a terrifying experience where he couldn't breathe and felt completely overwhelmed. This panic attack was a wake-up call. Harris realized that his life, consumed with anxiety and a never-ending work grind, wasn't sustainable. This moment led him to explore mindfulness practices, even though, at the time, he was far from convinced that it could help. He started with the basics: sitting quietly, trying to clear his mind, and breathing deeply. It was challenging, frustrating, and often felt pointless. But as Harris kept practicing, he began to notice small changes. He felt less agitated and more centered during stressful situations. While it wasn't an immediate or miraculous shift, he began to realize the value in simply taking a moment to breathe and observe his thoughts, instead of reacting to them in a whirlwind of anxiety and stress. Part 2. Understanding the Science Behind Meditation. As Harris delves deeper into meditation, he introduces the scientific research that supports its effectiveness. Meditation, as it turns out, isn't just about calming the mind. It has tangible benefits for your brain and mental well-being. Harris interviews neuroscientists and experts in the field, discovering that mindfulness can physically alter the brain. One significant finding is that consistent meditation can reduce the size of the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear and anxiety. The book also explains how mindfulness increases gray matter in areas associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. These changes make it easier to deal with stress, focus better, and develop stronger emotional resilience. Harris shares the science in a digestible and approachable way, explaining how mindfulness can literally rewire the brain to work more efficiently and react less impulsively. This was a key turning point for Harris in embracing meditation, not as a woo-woo practice, but as something grounded in science and psychology. In addition to explaining the brain's changes, Harris highlights the impressive results seen in large-scale studies of meditation's benefits. Whether it's reducing stress, improving focus, or increasing happiness, the science behind meditation is robust, making it a worthwhile practice for anyone, not just the spiritually inclined. Part 3. Meditation Myths and Misconceptions. One of the key challenges Harris faced when starting meditation was all the myths surrounding it. There are a lot of misconceptions about what meditation is and who it's for. For instance, many believe that meditation requires you to completely clear your mind of all thoughts, something that feels impossible for most people. Harris debunks this myth early on. He explains that meditation isn't about silencing the mind completely, it's about observing your thoughts without reacting to them. The goal is not to achieve total blankness but to become aware of your thought patterns and bring yourself back to the present moment when you find your mind wandering. Another misconception Harris tackles is the idea that meditation is time-consuming and requires hours of dedication each day. In fact, Harris found that just a few minutes of meditation each day can bring noticeable improvements. He often meditates for short bursts, in between his workday or even in the middle of a stressful broadcast. His approach is practical. Meditation doesn't need to be an all-day affair, just something that you can weave into your daily life, however you see fit. Harris encourages readers to not get discouraged by these myths and to approach meditation with a flexible mindset. Meditation isn't about following rigid rules, it's about finding what works for you. Whether you practice for 5 minutes or 30 minutes, the key is consistency, not perfection. Part 4. How meditation transformed Harris' life. As Harris made meditation a regular part of his life, he began to notice profound shifts in his behavior and mindset. One of the biggest changes was his ability to stay calm and composed during stressful situations. A major example was when he found himself in a high-stakes live broadcast, where the pressure was intense, and the technical team was struggling to keep things running smoothly. In the past, Harris would have become flustered or upset. But thanks to his meditation practice, he was able to maintain composure and even deal with the chaos calmly. But Harris emphasizes that meditation didn't eliminate all of his problems. Instead, it gave him the tools to handle stress and anxiety in a healthier way. For instance, he could acknowledge negative emotions like fear or frustration without being overwhelmed by them. Over time, this increased emotional regulation helped him approach work challenges, personal relationships, and life in general with greater balance and focus. Part 5. The 10% Happier Concept. The title 10% Happier encapsulates Harris' core philosophy. He realized that meditation didn't have to make him perfect or blissful all the time. Instead, meditation made him just 10% happier. This small shift had a huge impact on his life. It wasn't about radically changing his personality or achieving a utopian state of calm. Instead, it was about finding a little more peace in an otherwise chaotic world. Harris' approach is refreshing because it doesn't demand perfection. Meditation isn't about reaching an unattainable state of enlightenment. It's about making small, incremental improvements. For Harris, the 10% happier effect made a big difference over time. By becoming less reactive, he found that he had more mental clarity, better emotional health, and increased focus, something that deeply enhanced his work and personal life. Part 6. Meditation is a tool for better living. In the final chapters, Harris takes a broader view of meditation, emphasizing its potential to improve every aspect of life, from career to relationships to overall happiness. He talks about how mindfulness practices can help people stay focused on their goals, improve productivity, and enhance creativity. He also explains that meditation can foster better relationships by helping us become more present and less reactive in conversations. Harris shares that mindfulness doesn't just change how you respond to difficult emotions, but it also transforms your outlook on life. By staying more connected to the present moment, you learn to appreciate the little things and cultivate a sense of gratitude. Meditation helps you find peace with imperfection, both in yourself and in others. Conclusion. 10% Happier is an insightful, practical, and deeply personal exploration of the power of mindfulness meditation. Through Dan Harris' engaging narrative, readers discover that meditation is not about striving for a perfect, stress-free life, but about managing life's ups and downs with greater equanimity. Whether you're a skeptic, A beginner, or someone who has already dabbled in meditation, Harris' story and advice offer a refreshing perspective that can help you improve your mental well-being and live a more balanced life. Do you believe meditation could help improve your life, even just a little? Have you ever tried mindfulness or struggled with staying consistent? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. That's it for today's 10 Minutes Gold Mine. If you found value in this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep mining for more golden knowledge. See you in the next one.